Eyeshadow is my sweet little backdrop today. She fits in perfectly. Oh, and there she goes. Say hi to my YouTube video. Do you want to sit here? So I wanted to start a series here on my YouTube and also on Instagram where I show you how to blend your makeup, blending eyeshadow, blending your blushes, your contour, blending your foundation and your concealer in place. But before that, it's very important to have the right tools. So today I'm actually going to show you some of my favorite blending brushes for eyeshadow. Now, these are all of the different kinds. You don't really need these many. They're just options to show you different things that are available and things that I reach out to the most. So blending brushes, I always have more than one, as you can tell. And some of them, I even have 2-3 of them, because when I'm doing different shades and blending 2-3 shades on my eyes, I just like to, shadow. Sorry. So when I'm blending 2-3 different shades, I need 2 different brushes so that I don't mix out the color. I wanted to start with my first blending brush. It's so old that the name's almost faded. This is the iconic MAC 217, and I think this started it all. It takes me back to the old OG YouTube beauty days when everybody used to use the MAC 217. I definitely think this is a little expensive, but I have had it since the beginning of my YouTube, and look how good it still is. Like, a little bit of fraying is there, which is natural from usage, but the quality of the brush is exceptional. I have used and washed and used this for years to come, and there's no shedding. And I feel like with brushes, you only buy them once or twice max, and to have something that is this good quality, something that blends eyeshadow really well, is so important. So it's so nice to invest in good tools. Okay, so the next one is kind of like a cheaper alternative to MAC. This is the Morphe M433. I do have 2 of this brush, and I bought this like just before the pandemic when I went to the Morphe store in London, and you can see that this one has frayed just a little bit. It still does the job. It is quite nice and fluffy. And it just blends everything really well. They are pretty similar, so you can pick either one of them, and these are nice and rounded, so it really helps to kind of blend eyeshadow on top of your eyelid. Speaking of round brushes, I have this Simply Nam one. This is their eyeshadow blend brush in 02. This one is really good material. Again, I love how soft the bristles are. I also really like how tapered and rounded this is. This really helps in like blending eyeshadow precisely, and this would also help and work with a lot of different eye shapes. If you have really small eyes, I find that the extra fluffy ones can make your eyeshadow go everywhere. So having smaller eyelids, you need smaller brushes. It's very important. Another alternative to the MAC 217, I feel like everyone started like making brushes just like MAC 217 because it's such an essential brush. This is the PAC 033 brush. Again, something that I've had for the longest time, and sometimes when I'm picking it up from my vanity, I don't know which one I'm picking up because they look so similar. The PAC one is slightly more flatter than the 217, but they're pretty similar. So the one here, this is PAC, this is MAC, and this is what they look like, and both of them are equally good. So you can pick up the PAC one if that's more in your budget. And speaking of smaller blending brushes, I quite enjoy these 2, and again, they are dupes of each other. This is the Morphe M562. Excuse the stained bristles, but as you can see, it's a very tiny blending brush if you compare it to, say, like this one. But if you have smaller eyelids, or if you're working with precision, like if you have 2 colors in a very small eyelid space, it's very important to use like smaller brushes like this. I also really like small blending brushes for underneath the eye. This does such a good job of kind of blending it on your lower lashes. And the dupe for the Morphe M562 is the pack 126. They are very similar. I am going to place them right next to each other and I can't even tell the difference. Both of them are great quality. They're kind of made almost the same material. The pack one is slightly more tapered and the Morphe one is a little bit more dome shaped. But yeah, pretty much the same. I can barely make out the difference. Again, when I'm picking it up, I don't know if I'm picking up the Morphe or the pack one. So you can pick up whatever suits your budget. Another one that I really like and love the quality. After MAC, I think Sigma has best eyeshadow brushes. This is the Sigma E25 blending brush. Again, another one of those iconic must-have blending brushes. Now this one you'll notice is slightly flatter. It's nice and flat. So sometimes I even like using this to kind of pat in eyeshadow and then use the edge to kind of blend it. So I do get quite a lot of use out of this, and it's one of my most used brushes. This and the MAC 217, I love them, and I will, if I were to like cut down my eyeshadow brushes into two, I would keep these two, this one and the MAC one. Another blending brush that you can try is this one from Wearified. It's their 09 brush. Now you'll notice this one also is slightly like flatter, and then it's fluffy on the edge, and again something that you can just pack on eyeshadow with and then blend the edges. So it's like a multi-purpose one, and because it's flat, it's also very easy to kind of use this on your lower lashes. So you can dip the brush on the product and then just use the tip to kind of blend the lower lashes, or kind of just smudge it close to your lash line. But if you have smaller eyelids, then you can use something that is smaller and denser and rounded like this. This is something that I use all the time. You can find many dupes of this. ProArte has some, even PAC has some brushes like this, but I really like the quality of this one. This is from Bobbi Brown. This is their eye smudge brush. As you'll see, it's very rounded, very dense, and I love smudging like kohl with it. I love smudging eyeshadow with it. You can even smudge your eyeliner on top. I also really like small brushes to pat in my crease shade. Okay, so I use a small brush like this to blend the crease shade, and then I would go with like a small blending brush like the Morphe 562. Like if you have smaller eyelid, these two will be your go-to. I like to use something dense to fill my crease color, and then use something smaller like this to blend with another like a lighter transition color, and then go ahead and blend everything out with a big fluffy brush. Okay, lastly, I know we're talking about blending brushes, but this is a flat brush, and this is the PAC 102 brush. I love it so much that I have two of them, and the reason why I like it again is that you can pack the color with this, and then you can also, because the end is slightly fluffy, you can kind of blend it. So, and I love applying like crease color with it and kind of blending it out. I also love blending out like eyeliner with this. So different blending areas, different brush sizes. I hope that makes sense. Okay, so this is like a nice prologue to my blending series. Really hope that you found this helpful. These are really well loved and well used brushes, something that I would recommend with my eyes closed. I am going to find them online, whichever I can find, and I'm going to link them down below so you guys can get them for your own kit. And I can't wait to start blending eyeshadows with you guys. If you enjoyed this video, then please do subscribe, and you can also hit the like button. Don't forget to click on the bell icon so you're notified whenever I upload a new YouTube video. You do need the bell icon because I don't have a YouTube schedule yet. I really must have like days when I upload, but eventually, one step at a time, we'll get there. But for now, please use that to notify yourself whenever I have a new video out, and I promise that I will try and make them as useful and valuable so that you guys don't waste your time watching it. And yeah, I can't wait to see you soon.